First tonight, a decision on millions in taxpayer funds put toward renovations at BofA Stadium. Charlotte City leaders voting to invest $650 million from hospitality taxes already collected into this stadium. Thanks for joining us here on Queen City News at 10. I'm Brian Blakely.
Good evening to you. I'm Alicia Barnes with a motion passed 7-3 after more than 2 hours of discussion between city council members, and the new phase now will go to ironing out a contract among a list of other items, with funding being approved by the early part of next year. Queen City News reporter Daniel Pierce joining us live tonight from outside the Government Center.
And Daniel, why was tonight's vote not unanimous?
Well, not unanimous because there were still a lot of questions that city council members had on the details in this agreement, and also the details in a contract. You got to keep in mind that a contract has not been written, and so there was a lot of concern about, okay, if a contract is written, could it say something completely different than what we're agreeing on tonight? Also brought up during this discussion, at least by a handful of the council members, is past dealings with Teppers. Not just the deals that have fallen through, but also some of his past personality, situations that have blown up in a negative way online that has soured the fan base in a sense. That's why it came down to a 7-3 vote whenever we talk about passing this. Now, again, I want to walk through a little bit of this 2-hour discussion that happened tonight. The people that voted against this included Councilwoman Brown and Ajamari. Before there was discussion on delaying a vote until a contract was put together and presented to the council. That was shot down. The concern about a contract will be different than what they're agreeing upon tonight. The city attorney stepped in, stressing that there are guardrails to make sure that the large majority of what is in this agreement will be what is in that contract, but a contract will need to be ironed out before things move forward. And then again, on the topic of Teppers' past deals in action, the response to that was that a deal was not about the person, but about what's best for the city. Before all this happened, there was a public hearing or public comments section to where it was brought up about how much money would be left over in this hospitality taxes if $650 million were to go to the stadium. And it was broken down. One of the projects that was a concern is the future of the Eastland Yards area. And it was stressed that that project has already been approved to be funded. So this right here is not going to impact that. And there's also going to still be money for some of those, whether it be local project or some of the larger projects like Eastland. We got to break down a little bit more about the tranche system that these payments will be made out in. It will be set up into 4 different payments: $150 million in the first one, $200 million in the second one, $200 million the third one, and $100 million the fourth one. Again, paid out to the contractors, not to Tepper Sports and Entertainment. But throughout all this, there were still some that disagreed. Take a listen to some of those comments.
$650 million proposal without all facts before me. I just cannot do it. My conscience simply will not let me.
It sounds real good until we get Mr. Tepper angry again at TS Sports. And then he, might throw something at City Council. I'm being very, very honest. The behavior of someone that's asking us for $650 million is ridiculous.
$650 million investment in BofA Stadium is forward-thinking initiative that aligns with Charlotte's vision for the future. It supports economic growth, tourism, community enrichment, social equity, making a worthy investment that will yield returns for our city and our residents.
We will recoup our $650 million entirely and be in a profitable situation starting in year 12. The team almost certainly would not be able to leave here. And if in an unlikely scenario they do leave, we will be able to recoup our entire investment in addition to the ROI from tax revenues.
All right, so here's a breakdown of what happens next between July and September, early part of October. There's going to be the contract that is going to be ironed out and then presented to City Council. Then in November, a vote for the financing of this deal, the financing options. Then everything has to be approved through Raleigh. And then I'm told that by March is when these funds would be relieved. Construction, however, according to the timeline, appears to be starting a little earlier than that. Live in Uptown. Daniel Pierce, Queen City News.
Daniel, thank you. And Panthers owner David Tepper just issued a statement applauding tonight's vote. He says, quote, "For nearly 30 years, Charlotte has been the home of the Carolina Panthers and more recently Charlotte FC. We are proud to be in the Carolinas and look forward to delivering a venue that meets the needs of our community, players, and fans for years to come."